Hello, I am Jakera Willis,
I'm Jordan Willis.
and we would love to share our experience on our debt-free journey working with Mike. So Jordan will start with just kind of the preliminary things, and then we'll just go into our overall experience.
So we collectively paid off $108,000 in about 2 years from our first meeting with Mike. Most of them were student loans that we accrued from college.
Yeah, and what kind of brought us to that point was just, reading some of the Dave Ramsey books, and we were just really intentional with coming together as a team and finally getting on one page about our finances. And we, at the time, we're still in our late 20s, and we really just wanted to set ourselves up for a more free future, and paying off debt was the best way to start. So we sought out Mike from
He worked with my brother. We actually live in Los Angeles County, so that's another reason why we wanted to eliminate our debt, because it's more expensive out here. So we worked with Mike across the coast.
And working with Mike was amazing. We started with what our goals were, how aggressive did we want to be with paying off debt. And at the time, we really wanted to be super aggressive with it. We didn't want to spend years and years to pay off debt. We had a significant amount of debt. And so we started with just the regular tried and true snowball method, paying off some of our consumer debt and other random things, and then focusing on our smallest debt and working up to our largest. I would say working with Mike, he was able to help us prioritize our goals and keep reminding us of the reason why we were doing this. And he was someone that we could call if we had questions, or if we kind of got distracted, or if we wanted to have more balance. I think one of our goals was to pay off debt as aggressively as possible, but also still have a life. So he was able to kind of help us figure out what that looked like for us. And because we work unconventional jobs, he also was very key in helping us figuring out how we can be secure and also work off paying on debt. Do you want to add?
Yes, I work in the animation industry. Jakera does event planning and has had her own businesses. So like she said, very unconventional jobs. Mike was also there to help, I guess, mediate, like if we disagreed on what we should be doing with our money at any certain point. He was a great third party to look at it objectively, crunch the numbers, and is not afraid to say, yes, this is something you should do, this is good, and no, maybe you should hold off on this until later or not do it at all. So just extremely helpful, extremely motivating, and was very excited when we actually told him that we had finally paid it off. And the feeling of freedom for the rest of our lives, happiness, able to do things that we weren't able to do in the past, not having to owe anyone anything is just one of the best feelings that we've ever experienced together as a couple. So, yeah.
And I would say people probably watching this are like, well, how did you do it? I think Mike was great at, again, keep talking to us in the beginning, getting our priorities straight, understanding our finances and where our 401k was, and just getting a full scope of where our finances were, where we were, and where we wanted to be, and by when did we want to be there. And with all of those things, we settled on being as aggressive. So we started with our budget and looking at what we could pull out, what we could stop paying for, and how we could reorient that and give as much money to debt as possible. Jordan's income went fully to our living expenses, so we went down to from living on two incomes to getting used to living on one income. And then my income went straight to debt. So because I work contract jobs, I was able to kind of really focus on getting as much work as possible, and maxing out as much as I could without, going completely crazy. so that we were able to put a big chunk of all of my money was going to debt for the entire time. And then, around the holidays or birthdays and things, we were able to still travel and buy gifts and things. So I really liked working with Mike because he was realistic. He reminded us of our goals. To Jordan's point, if there was a time when we wanted to do something extravagant, he would kind of help us crunch the numbers and figure out what we wanted to do. He asked us about like family, future life, where we want to live, and just kept us on track to our future goals, which I think can get a little bit muddled when you're working really hard on paying debt and just working. So I think getting our budget in place, aligning as a team, having one goal, and not being distracted by anything else was great. And then always being able to call Mike, sending him updates via email was great. He's very responsive, very communicative, is always happy to help, even beyond what he offers. Is like so much more than what we thought or imagined. So we were super happy to find him and super grateful for his partnership and his help along the way, and we are so excited to continue working with him.
Yep. Paying off debt is just step 2 of the process of however many steps there are, 7 or 8. And we look forward to going through the rest of those steps with him.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mike. And we are very happy and would recommend you to anyone. And I currently do. Once we announced that we were debt free, a lot of people were on the same journey. And we couldn't have asked for a better person to walk this journey with.
Yep. Likewise.